Hello and much love to anyone that clicked on the video. For those that don't know me, my name is Lightning Hearts, and today I have some amazing news to share with y'all. For those that don't know, apparently the new Unter and Birth game has been leaked by a Korean game ranking board. Someone was smart enough to translate, I guess, the Korean board to English, and they saw the new Unter and Birth game into the list, and now people are losing their fucking heads because we're finally getting this sequel game, right? I was just moving around and seeing things on the post or on the board for the event hubs, and I came across this article, and I kind of want to share it with y'all before I dive into my own opinions on how I feel about the new sequel and why this sequel is so important in general for the Underknife community and overall for the game's legacy, right? But before I get into that, let's read this article. French Bread dropped a new fighting game in multi-blood type Luma not all that long ago, but it seems like they already got something else almost done cooking to hopefully please their anime fighter fans, which is the new Underknife and Birth game, right? The Game Rating and Administration Committee of Korea has apparently leaked a trio of new games on the way, and one of them is a straight-up sequel to Underknife and Birth. I made a video about this last year that they were in development from a tweet. I forget the dude's name because it's been so long, forgive me, but the video is on my channel, so look back at it. This is actually becoming a thing. If anything, my predictions for this game releasing, or at least when we're getting an announcement, it might be Evo. Evo might actually be the time where we the fans of Underknife and Birth might actually see a trailer. So I'm looking forward to Evo nonetheless. Even without the trailer, I'm looking forward to it. But just because we might get a trailer for Underknife and Birth, I'm all that more excited, right? Let's continue reading. According to the board, recent filings via Gemitsu, Underknife and Birth 2 or something spelled similarly is coming. I'm not gonna even try to pronounce that because Underknife has some weird titles, so I'm just gonna call it Underknife and Birth 2. If it's getting rated now, an official announcement is likely not far off either. The original Underknife game released all the way back in 2012. But was updated with new version up until 2020. Underknife and Birth late clear, which is true. And this is why I feel this update is, or this leak, or this overall game release is so important for the Underknife community. For someone that's been playing this game since late, and I said this in my previous videos, the game hasn't really changed as much in terms of game balancing and adding new characters or bringing back characters that were in the arcade edition. So we're actually getting a real, I guess, sequel to this game, which is great because now it's going to bring in new players. And it's going to bring back the old players that have been playing for a long time to kind of shift their direction or their fighting games into another scene. This is great. This is overall a great thing for Underknife and Birth, and the things that I've been trying to say or explain for the longest time. But let's continue reading. French Bread has previously discussed their attempt to bring ROLLBACK NETCODE to Uniclear, but they were facing a lot of problems. Me personally, I made videos about this with the delay-based netcode. At this point, I think it's important to just stay with this version of Underknife and Birth, and Clear will always be there. If people want to go back and play the old iteration of Uni, it's always going to be there. But let's move forward with this new Underknife and Birth and hope that they address a lot of problems that's in Clear, so when we play the new game, we're not going to have to deal with that. Again, netcode always been a huge issue with the Underknife and Birth community, especially when all we have to play in terms of map is park and training room. You can't even really play the other maps because there is, what's that word I'm looking for? There's lag. Londrekia, I know his stage has some of the most lag in the game, or the latency or whatever, but this is a great step forward. Since the new multi-blood launch with ROLLBACK, it's probably safe to assume that Underknife and Birth 2 will also come with improved net play as well. Hopefully. And also some new features. What I really want from the new Underknife and Birth game is to have features and customization like in Type Lumina, but something for what Street Fighter is doing, where there's single player. I guess there's a single player mode that actually keeps players invested into the game, right? Like, I ain't gonna lie, the lobbies or the UI for Multi-Blood type Luma ain't the best. So hopefully, and this is me just being optimistic, hopefully they address that with the new Under Knife and Birth game in terms of making it seem appealing to the eye. So when people hop in the game, it's not just a blank screen. Make it to where it kind of has a little pizzazz, right? As to what else the new Under Knife game will bring to the table and whether or not they'll be making a brand new sprites and characters remain to be seen, but hopefully not for much longer, which is true. Judging at how great Multi-Blood type Lumina looks, I am so hyped that we might get those animations or those, I guess, quality of life changes, just characters looking a lot prettier, new moves, different stages. Again, people that don't know anything about Under Knife and Birth, this game, since the PlayStation 3 era, has not changed outside of game balancing and adding either old characters from the arcade edition and at least new characters in clear, right? But the game still remains the same. And I think a lot of problems that people might have in terms of the new Under Knife and Birth game is they might feel that the game might be simplified. But if you're going to simplify the game, add new features that will overall improve the game's depth or still have that level of depth within the mechanics, and don't change anything regarding Shield, in my honest opinion. I feel Shield and Vorpal is an Under Knife and Birth staple, and that should remain the same. I don't want Vorpal to be some humongous or big, I guess, a big get out of jail free card. I think the way Vorpal is handled in Under Knife and Birth is extremely balanced, because it's up to you to win the cycle. As overall, there's counterplay to Vorpals to some degree. So them not changing Vorpal as much, hopefully they don't do it, they remain the same, and just add cool shit, man. More features, again, different characters, character trailers, DLC, all the things I was ranting about before in my previous videos. I hope it can be addressed in this new Under Knife and Birth game that might be possibly shown in the upcoming Evo. The other two titles apparently leaked by the Rain Boards were a PC version of Dragon Quest Treasure and new release of Nintendo. No one cares about that. And anything else I forgot? As to what else the new Uni game will bring to the table and whether or not they'll be making brand new sprites, or same thing I read, comments, self-explanatory. But that was just me throwing in my 2 cents on the new game leak. I'm excited for it, but there's some, I guess, concerns that I might have with the game, but either or, we'll find out once we see an announcement or once we see a teaser / trailer. So if y'all enjoyed the video, y'all already know, hit the like button, subscribe, and comment down below on features you would like to see in the new Under Knife and Birth game, or how much you're holding your excitement to see that trailer. Y'all take care and y'all take it easy.